Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic!
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Welcome to the Local Lowdown and find out what's happening in Lavaca County, Texas. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. This will be for the May 14th and 15th issues of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, as well as the Luling Newsboy and Signal over in Caldwell County, our friend Nicole Smith's newspaper. And we're going to run through all those today and give you a little notice. If you haven't received your papers already, well, you'll find out what you got to look forward to. All right, I got my co-host Michelle here with me. How are you, Michelle?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great.
Because you're here with me?
We don't have our best friend Nicole with us today.
No.
But maybe next time, or time after that.
Or a time after that.
Well, she's a busy lady.
She?
Got a lot to do over there.
Sure thing.
She's not near as amazing as you are.
That is true.
But she tries.
She does try hard.
Her best.
She comes pretty close.
We'll probably do her a favor today and start off just like you've got them laid out.
Oh.
And that way when we post it on the Luling Newsboy's website, she'll come up first.
That'll be fun.
Because we know we have loyal listeners listening for the Lavaca County newspapers.
But are there Luling fans?
Yeah. Well, before we get started, I want to congratulate Michelle on being named the board chairman for the Shiner Chamber of Commerce. So tell us about it, Michelle.
Well, it is a position that fell into my lap. We've had a couple of turnovers. It's a 3-year term on the chamber board overall, and so many of those 3-year terms had come to an end, including mine. I chose to stay on for 3 more years, and at that time I chose to be the vice chair, not knowing that the chairman was going to have to leave, of course. So that's what happened. That's how I got it. The chairman did have to leave due to employment and having to change jobs and move away. So it was offered to me by the bylaws, and I follow the law, Murray.
All right.
But I am excited. I have a very great team. I know that they all have passion not only for service, but for Shiner. My biggest thing has always been when you serve others, it is your greatest reward in life, is to give of your time to others. It's one of those things that it doesn't cost you a whole lot. Maybe your sanity sometimes, but overall, it's something that you really can. The chamber I've learned a lot being on it for 4 years. I used to think it was just there to build commerce, which means to bring in like new businesses. That is exactly not what the chamber does. The chamber is to help the current commerce that's there. Economic development is what it does, which by name makes sense. Develops. So we're trying to support the businesses that are already there, which I am a former small business owner. I know what little newspapers are to the small communities. for working here. I know that all the small businesses in the communities are the people that are supporting our kids and our local industry. So it's so important to support them. So I have a lot of passion for what the chamber does and how our involvement is. And I'm excited.
Well, you don't have to be, a business doesn't have to be a member of the chamber. They don't have to live in Shiner, right?
No.
I mean, you can have them come in from other places.
No, and especially in this area, it's great to be members if you're a small business in different communities. So Hallettsville, Yoakum, Moulton, Shiner, we all have Chamber of Commerces that are quite small, but we do big things. So yes, definitely if you're a business in Hallettsville, it's great to join at least the Lavaca County Chambers.
Well, that's good. How many more people are on that board? Do you know offhand? How many?
Yes, I have Brandy Wallace, who is my vice chair. I have Pastor Darren Zumwalt, who is my treasurer. I'm looking for a secretary, but we have also Dr. Adam Linsky, who is on the board, Megan Quinta, who is on the board, and Mike Collins, who is on the board.
Or are those volunteer positions, or
They are all volunteer. We will be looking to hire someone to do office work in the very near future, so look for that post. But yeah, the board we are a working board, so it is hands-on, but we do all volunteer our time.
All right. Well, I noticed that we were waiting on some more comments on your last question.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe we're picking the wrong kind of questions.
Maybe they're scared for me to cook for y'all.
Well, that could be. They don't want to be an accomplice to a poisoning, maybe.
Right.
So, what have you got?
So, I only sadly got one comment, but it was for a jalapeno stuffed meatloaf.
Ooh.
By Chrissy Siebert. So, thank you, Chrissy. She said it sat in her box for over 6 years. I have so many recipes saved in my box because I'm a procrastinator, you know? So I'm going to give you a list of some of mine, Murray.
Okay.
And then Ani picked 2 that were in her save box. One is a creamy chicken pasta, and the other is a dump and bake pasta. So 2 pastas. I have a baked cream cheese spaghetti casserole. These are mine. Garlic, chicken, parmesan, and rice, Philly cheesesteak casserole, Olive Garden Italian pasta, and bacon jalapeno cheddar meatloaf is kind of in mine too, which is kind of what she gave, except hers didn't say bacon. So.
Well, did she say whether or not she had tried that recipe?
She said no, it's been sitting in her box for 6 years.
Actually, all of those are unused as far as we are.
None of us have ever tried one.
Well, after the podcast is over with, you can give me a list and
You'll pick one?
I'll pick one.
I'm excited.
I'm sure you want me to pick the easiest I can find.
No, I want you to just pick what you want to eat.
All right. Well,
and what you think Henry would like.
Oh my God. You don't have to worry about that because that little fella eat anything. So, anyway, I've got a few things here I want to mention too. We've been warned about the hot temperatures, and that's something that people need to watch out for. Be careful not to spend too much time outdoors. Be sure you hydrate yourself, drink plenty of water. Gatorade, you know, they brag about Gatorade, but everything I've read that says water's better. So,
True.
Anyway, also, I want to give you folks this email address again. I've already posted it on the group page, but I'll give it to you once again. These are all in lowercase letters, and it's real TCS at zohomail.com. It's real, R-E-A-L, the initials TCS at Zoho, ZOHOMAIL.com. And if you send anything to that email, if you specify for Michelle or me or Nicole, just to put attention to whoever you want to contact, or if it's in general, just say to the local Lowdown podcast. because I do use it for some other things. Also want to promote LavacaCountyToday.com for some of you folks that maybe you get your newspapers late, and that's not our fault. We can blame that on the United States Mail Service. Right, Michelle?
That is correct.
And so if you are getting tired of waiting for that, we get phone calls here. We have no control over that. Once we've delivered it to the post office, it's on them. So keep that in mind, and keep this LavacaCountyToday.com website in mind. And you can see a lot of our stories, news and lifestyle stories on there. But if you subscribe to the electronic edition, you'll have it. Don't they get it like early or a day before, perhaps?
Wednesday morning.
Okay. Well, now how does that work as far as print subscriptions? And
so if you are a subscriber to a print edition, which means it comes to your house every week, that subscription includes an online version if you wanted it. So you would just contact us here, or if it's for the Shiner Gazette, you would contact Shiner. They'll get information as far as username, password, to get you all set up, and then you get an email to your email that you set it up with every Wednesday with a link. You click on that link and you are ready to go and read.
All right. Well, that sounds great. I had mentioned some things on my personal Facebook, and I would like for this to get around because I'll give you a little background right quick. When I lived in Gonzales, and I lived there for about 18 years, they had a chipper truck and a branch pickup, and they did a regular route, just like garbage. They pulled that chipper behind them. They had a big trailer, and if the limbs were too big, they chipped them up on the spot. Now, the reason that I mention this is because it was so handy for people to drag their brush to the front once a week or whenever. And as I've gotten older, it's harder for elderly people to get their yards cleaned up without having to pay some large prices sometime. So maybe Hallettsville and some of these surrounding towns that don't have it, maybe your city council can keep that in mind and perhaps bring that before and try to get that going, because I know that there are a lot of folks that would certainly appreciate that. And I guess that's all I got. We're going to start off, I guess, with the Luling Newsboy and Signal in honor of our good friend Nicole Smith. So when we post it on the Luling Newsboy Facebook page, hers will come up first. So what you got there, Michelle?
Well, it is time for graduation. So you will see an article she did about the baccalaureate service and speeches given at that, and also, of course, the upcoming graduations. Luling High School graduates this Friday, right? May 16th? That's this Friday. Yeah. And Prairie Lee graduates on Friday, May 30th. So they are both those graduations are coming up, and inside your Luling Newsboy, you will find a special edition that we want to thank all of our advertisers for that helped us get this out to honor the graduates.
You bet. We couldn't do it without your advertisers, folks, and we certainly appreciate you getting involved, especially with these kiddos, because they deserve a lot of recognition for completing their high school career. All right, what else you got?
And the election ended, so Oates, am I saying it right?
How do you spell it?
That word, O-A-T-H-S.
Oath.
Oath.
Like but I take an oath.
Add a S. And it sounds like oats. Never did that before. Anyway, the oath that they accepted to serve their communities were done this past week. Read about that. And the police chief also shares his vision with the Luling Kiwanis Club members. So Nicole does a good job writing on that.
You bet.
Inside, we have an obituary for Frances Elaine Huber, And condolences to your family. We always have the police report. We have a very big congratulations to a very special little girl named Olivia Johnson, who won the coloring contest with her beautiful blue bunny.
Yeah, I like that blue bunny. That's pretty creative.
Yes.
Congratulations, Olivia.
Miles of Smiles. This is a great story. The title is very fitting. Nobody wants to get left out, and it's about Little League and special ed. Read all about that. We have, of course, some classifieds. A big ad, so we thank Hometown Meat Market for their ad and help them celebrate their expansion. And that about covers it for Luling.
That wraps up Luling, and we're going to move on over to the Shiner Gazette. And I think there's a big write-up in there about Michelle as well.
There is. Maybe we'll find it. Clayton did an article about 2 is better than 1. And there's 2 sets of twins at St. Paul High School that will be graduating this year. And read about both sets of those. 2 girls, 2 boys. 2 different families. So that's really fun. There's also a set of twins graduating from Shiner High School. So it's pretty amazing how many sets of twins we have in Shiner. The Shiner Spring Picnic is coming up. And, of course, Lavaca County Commissioner's Court, which Jimmy Apple covers, is in all of our, or not in all of our papers. Well, yes, it is in all of our papers.
Well, I know it's in Moulton. I haven't gone through the other ones yet.
I think in most of our papers, but he does a good job covering that. Congratulations to 4 graduates from Providence Christian Academy for their hard work, and best of luck to them in the future. We have a Yoakum Community Hospital Lunch and Learn.
Yeah, that was, I know we had that in Moulton as well. Did the other paper have it, or do you know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, not Luling. I didn't have it. I don't know.
Well, when we get to the other papers.
Maybe I'll remember to think about it. Patterson takes first place in figure skating. She's been in our paper a couple of times, and she keeps getting better and better, it seems. So congratulations to her. There's a pretty lengthy article about the new chamber chair for the board of directors.
Yeah, I wonder.
In Shiner. Some of us talked a lot. Okay?
Yeah, I know that. That's true.
And, I mean, I told Clayton he could cut some of my talking out.
So did you write that, or did Clayton write it?
Clayton wrote it. He asked me some questions, and he sent me questions, and I wrote answers.
Yeah, I bet.
He pieced it together. And I guess my answers were pretty lengthy.
I wonder how many words that turned out to be. I'll have to ask Clayton with 2 E's.
No, it's Clayton Kelly with 2 E's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The 2 E's are in the Kelly.
Yes. Do you know that Ezel has 2 E's, 2 Z's, 2 L's?
No.
That's fancy.
I never thought about that.
Well, I was
You're
working
kind
on
of a deep thinker.
Graduation section and my deep thoughts.
All right.
All right. We have the Shiner Sports. Boys and girls continue to play in baseball. Girls will play tonight for the chance to go to state. And so, interesting fact, in the district, which included Shiner, Flatonia, Weimar, Ganado, Schulenburg, and Moulton, and Louise, maybe? No, Bloomington. Out of that district, 4 teams, of course, go to the playoffs, and that was Ganado, Flatonia, Shiner, and Weimar. And this week's matchups are Shiner versus Weimar and Ganado versus Flatonia.
Wow. So
a very tough district. I also read from Coach Maupin, who is the Weimar coach, said that in, man, I should have saved it because now I can't remember how many. I think they lead 5-4. And so in the past 10 years, I think they've met up 9 times.
Wow.
Shiner and Weimar in this regional finals, I think is what it's called. Out of Shiner holds the most state titles total with 7, and Weimar has 6. So together they have 13 state championships.
Wow.
So best of luck to those teams that are competing. They obviously are there for the right reasons.
We play some good ball in this area.
We do. Shiner's Sports Banquet was held, so a little congrats to all of those kiddos or athletes that received awards. Comanche Band, junior solo and ensemble contest was held. See the participants and winners for that.
Well, you were talking about a field trip.
I was.
And what happened? You missed it?
Right, I missed it. So my daughter, she still thinks I'm kind of fun sometimes, a little bit. And so I told her that I would have the whole office staff go out and wave as they passed by. So she texted me and said that they were at the Y. And so, I had to give us some time because not all of us walk super fast.
Yeah, some of us are slow.
And so Jimmy only stayed for a short period, and then he said he was having to wait too long. So he went back in, but Ani, Chuck, and I were out there, and we saw 3 buses go by, and we waved like wonderful people wave. And then I go back inside, and I see a text from her that says, I'm on the last bus. And I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden I look up, and there's 2 more buses passing.
Oh, no.
And she said, I don't see you outside. So it was a failed attempt. But we tried.
Yeah. Where are they going?
Splashway.
All right.
And I think it's for a lot of the grades are going. Some go for AR points, which is that reading program. And then like my daughter, she had to get a certain amount of points for student council. And so the 7th and 8th graders go for student council.
They'll definitely have a lot of fun at Splashway.
And it's a hot day, that's for sure.
Perfect for it.
Thank you to all our classified advertisers. And then I know it's in my front page as well, the bailout, that the suspects still remain at large. But thank you to Lavaca County Sheriff's Office for sharing that with us.
What's that big ad, Michelle?
This ad is Sage Capital.
Sage Capital. That's a half-page ad.
Thank you very much for your support of our local newspaper.
We certainly appreciate it. Going to jump on over now to the flagship of our newspapers, the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald.
It's a good-looking front page.
Yeah, it's probably somebody amazing probably puts that together.
Big congrats to Sacred Heart High School, which both their softball and baseball teams brought home the state championship. That is a very exciting time. I will say that Mr. David Smollett came in, and I asked him how this was, because I heard it was the first time in history that they both did it in the same year. I mean, they've had multiple ones. And I said that back in 1999, I would say, I guess it was my senior year at St. Paul. I know it was done in baseball and softball because I was part of that program. But, St. Paul and Sacred Heart has this little bit of a rivalry, if you haven't ever heard. And so I told them, well, we always have to do things first.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
Did David Smollett bring any donuts when he came in?
He didn't. He's been failing.
Well, we're going to have to get on him about that.
I know. I haven't had a donut in a long time. But I will say that thank you. We did these pictures. They celebrated, and we were able to use some of the pictures, and that's great pictures of their parade ride on the fire trucks, which is, of course, a small town tradition. And then thank you to Coach Dowell for giving an inspirational speech that I got to hear on Facebook. And so I went back and quoted some of his sayings. So there's a blue wave, he says, that's rolling through this town, and you better jump on it. Or he says you better ride with us. So congratulations. And I know he's excited to be part of that program, and I think they should be very excited to have him.
You bet.
Kind of the same things on my front page, except Mr. Jimmy Apple. Jimmy made the paper twice this week.
All right.
But I haven't received payment for that yet. Because, when you get that much in my paper.
Oh, yeah, and you put him on the front page.
I did, but...
I didn't. I put him on the third page, and he was in black and white.
Dang.
Yeah, and you put him in color on the front page.
I tell him I love him more.
Well, he's getting a little too much of that. He's kind of getting like you. He's getting where he gets a whole lot of front page and awards. And after all, just because you win a state champion or two in baseball, don't make you all that special, does it?
No. Yes, probably. Probably it does.
Yeah, Jimmy, he knows we're just joking.
I know that Murray's not joking, but Jimmy, I am joking. You are my favorite, next to Henry and Murray.
There you go.
So 50 Years is back, and Chuck is doing a good job. He's actually getting to do it remotely, which is kind of fun.
Oh, how's he doing that?
I don't know. I tried to help him yesterday, and it was very hard, But he logs into the library and remotely and reads, and you can check a whole bunch of dates. It was pretty cool.
Right.
You should talk to him about it. Henry has a new question, and it is, what is the name of the Pope who served the shortest reign in papal history? Only 33 days.
Well, I don't know that answer, so.
Well, let's just hope Pope Leo, that's who we're at, Leo the 14th, maybe?
13th, yeah, 14th. Yeah.
Who has just been elected, doesn't beat this record for sure. But he's on what do you think? It was a week ago. So he's on day 7. And he's rocking it, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Did we ever say who won? I guess not, right? Is this the first time we're on since then?
I kept hearing that Margaret won, but I don't know.
Yeah, Margaret did win.
All right.
But I can't remember. I guess last week we hadn't known yet, huh?
Well, I guess you better send congratulations out to Margaret Posey.
Margaret or the Pope? Which one am I congratulating?
Our perfect proofreader.
Yeah, she picked him.
All right.
I had him 4th. He was my top 4. You didn't have him at all. No, I think you did. I think you had him 3rd.
All right.
But you lost. Sacred Heart graduation is this week. We will have our special grad section along with Shiners. We'll have theirs next week, so look for that in the paper. And I do want to apologize. So sometimes you have to move articles, right, to make things fit. And when I say you're putting together a puzzle, you literally are.
Yep.
And sometimes it's a tight squeeze, and you have these things that are called, like, borders. What do you call those? There's a word for it.
Borders is what I call them.
Hush, Murray. You got to hear my question before you can answer. If I had something around the wraparound.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Text
Lucky
wrap.
Tours, the text wrap, which means so the text isn't touching the next ad. If I have that set too much, it can also cut something off. So text wrap was on Lucky Tours ad.
Oh, no.
And then when I had to move Sacred Heart graduation, one of the Wilson twins got cut off.
Oh,
so
no.
Heather, I am so sorry, but you are graduating, and congratulations. Which means Sacred Heart has twins too.
What about that other article at the top of that page?
Is it yours?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to wait for Moulton, because don't you have it on the front page?
That's all right. We can do it.
Okay, a search warrant led to a Moulton man being charged with drug possession, and this happened in Praha, right, Murray?
Right.
And it was so this one is by Murray Montgomery.
Yeah, we have to give Murray a little credit
little.
because, he didn't get much of anything else. At least he got a drug bust in there.
That's right. If you do the hard news, it's going in.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we've got that in Moulton on the front page.
Yes, so good job. And I think that was Fayette County was the arresting officers on that one.
That's true.
Billy Anthony Catalina passed away, and his obituary is in the paper. Condolences to his family. Jimmy talks about kind of what you had talked about earlier with the excessive high temperatures. Now, I don't think we got to 105 yesterday, right?
No, I think it pretty well stayed in the 90s. And I don't know exactly how long this prediction is. I think it's for this week. But then they're forecasting bad weather, so who knows?
Well, it's hot enough that it could have some bad weather coming.
Yeah.
We did get a Lions Club article from Jimmy, and they donated some benches, and you can see that at the top of that page. Sacred Heart Picnic is coming up.
Are those coming up that's not this week, is it?
No, next weekend. The 25th, maybe? Yeah, that sounds right. Next Sunday, a week from this Sunday. Chuck has all your coverage from the state games, so read all about that. And then he is headed to Beeville tonight to watch Haltwell boys play and hopefully continue their run. Is it a series or
Yeah,
One
it's
day.
3 games if needed. I believe they're playing Falpurious, if I looked at it right.
Oh.
But
We would know if Chuck would have came out here.
Yeah, he got the offer to come out here and give us an update on the sports, but
He got scared.
well, he's getting ready to go down to Beeville, so.
Well, let's say what Jimmy told him today. He just ain't what he used to be. That old gray mare.
Well, I can't say much about that because that goes for several of us in this office, except for one Energizer Bunny.
He keeps going and going and going.
The oldest one at the paper and probably in the best shape. Well, at least of anybody in the old man room.
Mentally and physically?
Yeah. There might be some argument there, but we won't trash him too many times.
Last week to get out to Brush to Bay. We thank them for advertising and their sale in our paper.
That's a very good price on that right there.
So you heard it from Murray. I don't know how much guns cost, but good price. You get a free storage bag. You should do it.
Yep.
Right? Did you go buy one yet?
I haven't yet. My wife tells me I spend too much money on guns, and she may be right because I have a number of them. But I don't have that. That's like an AR-15. I can't read it from here exactly what it is, but
I can't. It's a ATI Alpha Max 5.56 rifle.
there you go. That's a good price. You know, a lot of folks don't know about Brush to Bay, and we certainly appreciate their advertising. And when it comes up on Facebook, I try to share it too, because they're kind of, if you're not from Hallettsville or around this area, you may find them a little hard to find, but you can turn off the highway going east out of Hallettsville. You'll see a sign, and if you're in Hallettsville, you can follow Cemetery Road out, and it'll be on your right. And they've got a really nice shop there, folks, so you need to check that out.
Sacred Heart held their May crowning, and then you can see some of the EMS that were honored during EMS week, and that is the continuation of Jimmy's Commissioner Court. Thanks to Ehlers for their ad, of course.
You bet.
And if you need furniture or a gun, Hallettsville is your place this
You
week.
betcha. We're
All
going
right.
to take a ride on over to the Molten Eagle, and the drug bust we were talking about, we have that on the front page of Molten because the person involved was from Molten. And then we have the write-up about the Yoakum Hospital luncheon, and I believe Michelle and Clayton Kelly with 2 E's were there.
We were.
Did y'all have some good food, or?
Yeah, it was great. The food was great. It was done by Sunken Gardens, which I always think is serves amazing food. And Sunken Gardens is in Shiner, and they're now open in the evenings as well. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evening. So go check them out.
Where exactly are they located? Like, say you're
like
coming.
going towards the brewery.
Oh, okay. What is that? 95?
Sure, yeah. Going out on the Molten Highway.
Okay.
So, great place to eat. So, yes, they had 2 different meat choices and some sides, and it was good. I enjoyed it. Clayton enjoyed it. I love hearing, I think I'm just a small town girl. Like, I am a proponent of all things small town, that bigger is not always better. And they talked a lot about, I'm going to have a hard time remembering what it was, and I don't know if Clayton said it. They have a program, basically, where it's not swap beds, it's, I don't know. But basically, it's their rehab program. And where if you are done with your hospital stay, but you aren't like nursing home, you're in that, and you're not ready to go home. Like, those 2 things are not really, you're not bad enough for a nursing home, you're not
assisted living,
ready to go home. So they do this like in-house rehab, and that a lot of the people who have went to other ones have said that theirs is the best. So, and also, they talked a lot about being a proponent for your health care, and that, like, if you got taken, because sometimes you do have to get taken somewhere for a surgery or something to a bigger hospital, and you can always say, but please, I want to go back here for my rehab and stuff. And so they're doing many expansions to keep up, but I can tell you that I have gotten my mammograms done in Yoakum, and they have an on-site radiologist or breast doctor there. They read everything. They tell you right away. They're very thorough. I am very impressed with the hospital, and I am very thankful that we have the hospital.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the Yoakum Hospital, and so y'all got to hear it firsthand, and that's great.
Yeah, and that is nothing against any other small town like LMC. I haven't really been there, and thankfully I haven't been to many hospitals. Yeah. But I support all small hospitals.
Well,
and like I said,
the whole area is just like Gonzalez Healthcare.
Yeah.
And they advertise with us a lot, and we appreciate that. But we're fortunate.
Yes, we are.
In these towns to have those good facilities, and so it was good that y'all were able to highlight them. And
bigger is not always better.
That's
right?
true.
Right.
That's true.
And that's one thing. Like I said, I learned. And the other thing is always to advocate for your health. So no matter where you are, big hospital, small hospital, if you feel that this is not working or you need something else, you are your own best advocate.
Exactly. We also have that same story that Michelle was talking about, the suspects remain at large following a bailout. I believe that was on a Tuesday, May the 6th. But they haven't caught him yet, and so we just need you people that were living in that area. You sure need to be aware. I'm sure they're out of the county by now, but you never can tell. And then we have a thing that Michelle put together about the graduation. We have like a teaser on the front page, and when she gets inside, she'll talk about the others. And we want to mention this young man. I cannot say that last name.
Hackenwilder.
All right. And what did he do? He
was awarded the GVC scholarship. So congrats to him. And congrats to Emma. No, I can't say that last name.
Buring. Yeah.
And Jackson Bartosh. Emma was named the valedictorian of her graduating class, and Jackson. I always say Jackson.
Bartos.
Jackson Bartos was named the salutatorian.
And then we've got my column and Henry Joe's column. Mine is about an old bronc rider. His nickname was Booger Red. And when he was about 13 years old, him and another kid decided it'd be fun to put some gunpowder in a hollow log and set it off, and it killed his friend and scarred his face for life. And so when he introduced himself, he would say, "Hello, I'm Booger Red, ugliest man, dead or alive or dead." And but he was a heck of a bronc rider, and he set a lot of records, and he made his last ride when he was 64 years old. So you folks out there that are into the rodeo scene, I think you'll enjoy that. And what's your buddy Yashik writing about?
Now he's talking about old homes, and his first line, I just read it, is basically saying how your house reflects how you live and who you are. So what does your house say about you, Murray?
It says, "Murray, I need a lot of work." And I'm working on it right now, but...
Is that a true reflection of you?
No. What, run down? Probably.
I would have to say that my house is overwhelming some days. And it's scattered and stuff is everywhere. And so that's a pretty good reflection of who I am. Stuff is everywhere. My mind is everywhere.
I look at it like this. If you're fortunate enough, no matter the condition or whatever, if you're fortunate enough to have a roof over your head, well, you're blessed.
That is very true.
You know. What else have we got about those kiddos? They went on a field trip.
Yeah, they got to go to Double Dave's Pizza for lunch and bowling in Bastrop. Which, how fun is that? When I saw this, remember, I tried to get us to all go bowling, but I didn't have many responses.
Well, you don't have many people that can.
Henry said he hasn't tried in a while, though.
Oh, okay. I bet he was good at it.
I bet he could still do it.
And then we have a story there about Jimmy Apple.
Jimmy, but
Sorry, Jimmy.
Murray does not think as highly of you as I do.
Sorry, Jimmy, it's in black and white at Bolton, but
And not on the front
congratulations anyway. And then we have the 2-page spread about the Moulton High School graduates.
It's a very good looking spread.
Yeah, somebody that was probably real amazing built that.
Probably. And we want to thank each and every advertiser for allowing us to bring this to the graduates to honor their success.
And congratulations to all those kids. And we have one thing in memory of.
We do Zoe Strum,
Yeah.
who passed away this year during her senior year.
So condolences to her family, and
But no, we're still thinking about her.
you bet. All right.
I guess you want me to turn the page, huh?
Yeah, we have sports. Moulton got knocked out of the playoffs by Canepa. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Sounds
And
right.
then we have one obituary.
Barbara Lane Heinrichs passed away at the age of 95.
All right. Condolences to her family. We have our classifieds,
Which are done beautifully.
and then we have the Commissioner's Court and the ladies with the quilts up there, the Shiner Quilters.
And as I was talking about before, I was talking about the mammograms in Yoakum and Lavaca Medical Center's advertising their new mammogram technology. So
All right.
check it out.
Well, it's just like we said before, we're very fortunate in this area to have these little community hospitals, and they do a great job. We're going to take a ride on now down to Yoakum, and our parent Allison and what's that other lady's name? Nadine. And they've got a lot of color on their front page. What do you got, Michelle?
We have the EMS that are honored during EMS week. They have the same article about the suspects that remain at large, trash pickup that's going on, Jimmy's Commissioner's Court, couple of students. Gabriel Martinez is headed to state in tennis. Sorry, I was trying to see what that is. And Taylor Velick's artwork qualifies for state level competition. So best of luck to both of them, and congrats on how far they've come already.
You betcha.
We have a ribbon cutting. Yoakum Lions Club holds meetings. We have a little bit about that. Upcoming dates of graduations and different things going on. Yoakum will also, I believe, have their graduation section in next week's paper.
Clayton Kelly's story in there about the hospital in Yoakum.
Yes, check it out. Cora Trujillo. Sorry, little Cora. But congratulations on winning the spelling bee. Your Booger Red, ugliest man, living or dead.
Yeah, Booger Red, he made it into the Yoakum paper. And like I said, if you're into rodeos, you may already know about this man because he was famous at that time. It looks like he got a lot of sports.
The Lady Bulldogs had reached the regional semifinals for the first time since 2022. They did come up short in this past week in their game against Bishops. So congrats to them on a great year.
Well, like we were saying before, the kiddos in our area play some great baseball.
They do.
And we congratulate the ones. And those that got knocked out, well, you had a great season and you got nothing to hang your head about. There's always next year.
She has about the Slavanos Fest and the Quilters, as we had in other ones. A little bit about Jimmy. I just want you to know, Jimmy, you're farther back in black and white of the Yoakum paper. So you're welcome again.
I don't know, Jimmy. He's a famous man.
He is. And you have to remember, he got in my paper twice. Two times. City of Yoakum hosts appreciation luncheon honoring service for the Yoakum community. So pictured in the center is City of Mayor City of Yoakum Mayor Carl O'Neill, along with Yoakum City Manager Michael Mitchell.
All right.
So, congratulations.
You know, you can use that when you're always asking Jimmy to write things.
Yeah.
And if he complains, you can say, but Jimmy, don't you remember?
Thank
I got
you.
you in my paper twice.
Once in color on the front page.
Yes.
I have to have something in my back pocket because
There
when
you
he
go.
sees me coming, he wants to run or scream. Luckily, I usually can corner him because he can't see me coming
There you go.
because his back is turned to me.
Well, what do you got planned for this weekend?
I don't
Anything?
have a lot, which is kind of nice. I'm hoping that the Shiner game only goes 2 games and they win, of course. And so then I won't even have that. I may have that, though, on Saturday. But other than that, I may actually get some of my life's work done.
You might be able to take a nap or 2
Oh, I
or 3.
hope so. I really, really hope so, Murray.
Well, did Patricia take a camera with her to Splashway where she can record it and you can put all that in the newspaper?
No, she won't. I don't think she's going to make the newspaper this past week. And let me just say, she wasn't able to go to the band solo and ensemble contest that was pictured this week in the Shiner paper because that was the week we were at Fiesta Flambeau. Or the Saturday, and when Margaret was reading, she was just like, Patricia's not in this picture? Like, so angry. Like,
Well,
no.
I guess maybe she was a little worried about all the nepotism that takes place.
Maybe. But maybe I should put her, she's very excited because last week they had tryouts for marching band. So when you play the percussion, now I'm not a big band person, so if I'm saying this wrong, I'm not going to say I'm not, because I'm not sure. But not all percussion march. Something is called the pit, where you like play the xylophones, which it's maybe not even called the xylophone, bells. I don't know what it's called. But during marching season and competition season, you don't always get to march. So you try out to see if you make a marching instrument, and it's based on like how you score. And so most of the time, the 8th graders, they're new to the high school marching band. And so they normally get stuck in the pit. Well, Patricia and her friend Charlotte both are in 8th grade, and they decide to try out. And their band director said that their auditions went well and that he was going to look at the scores. And sure enough, they both made it. So Patricia's very excited. She's actually going to get to march next year.
Well, I don't have a problem with you interviewing Patricia about the Splashway trip.
You don't?
And just put it on the local lowdown group.
What if it's nepotism?
Do a little, well, we own the group.
Oh, okay.
All right. So do a little short video of her and her friends.
Okay.
And just do the video and just put it on that group page.
All right.
You know, keep it short. But
he has to say that many times with me because nothing I do is short.
No, you're welcome to do that if you want to.
I wrote her a text this week because we had to go over. Sometimes as a parent, you have to give life lessons and tell a little bit about why things have to be done a certain way. And she wasn't understanding some things, so I had to... so I sent her a text. I knew she was in school, and she wouldn't read it till she got out of school. But explaining that I want to be proud of her, so I hope that she reads this, understands it, and changes her attitude. And she called me later and said, "You wrote me like a whole paragraph."
Oh, well,
no. Imagine that.
Well, you know, things have changed because when I was coming up in school, and if you said, you ask your dad or your mom, especially your dad, and if you said, why do I have, what he said?
Because I said so.
Because I said so. And if you took it any further, you might be broke down over that tub getting a whipping.
Could have happened.
He used to take me, I'll have a little discipline lesson here. He used to take me in the restroom. And he would make, and I'm about 16, he's doing this. And you lean over the bathtub and you put your hands on the wall.
Oh.
So there's no way you can raise up without falling. And he has his little board. And my nickname back then, it still is to those that are still alive, was Bubba. And so he had written on that board, Bubba's butt's been busted.
Wow.
So I start dating this young lady, and she's quite attractive, and I bring her home for the first time and introduce her to the parents. He goes to the refrigerator, and he keeps that board on top of the refrigerator with the Bubba's butt's been busted.
Right.
He gets that board, and he brings it to her, and he holds it to her, and he said, "This is the only reason he graduated from high school."
Wow.
Yeah, a little family. But now things have changed, because back in them days, if your parents said that's the way it was, there was no explanation going to follow.
There was no text.
No.
Well, I do want her to learn why things have to be the way they are. And it was as simple as you have an obligation, you signed up for something, and that's what you do, whether you like it or not.
Yep. All right, Michelle, I guess we need to wrap this up. Have you got anything to say before you say
No, are we going to
goodbye?
surprise them and tell them next week with what I cooked, or are you going to pick now?
No, I'm not going to pick right now, because that'll take a lot of thought.
Oh, okay.
Now, what I'll do, I can post it
Okay.
on the group, and I'll share it to everyone when I post it. Hopefully we'll have folks get involved.
Hopefully we'll be here to talk about it too, and I don't kill everyone.
But friends, use that email and send us ideas. We're going to start turning these questions over to you, and see what you come up with. Just send us the ideas to that email address, and if we see something really good, we'll use it.
Yeah. What do you want us to talk about?
What?
Not you. I'm telling them.
Oh.
Not you, Murray. Oh, jeez.
What you want us to talk about, folks.
That's right.
Right?
Right. This is kind of like you just did a Henry Yosh. Like when Murray plays this video of me calling Henry, and Henry keeps saying, "What?"
Yeah, the video might have been shot 2 weeks ago. And the little fella, his office is right behind mine. There's just what do you call those?
Cubicle.
Yeah, and so if I play a video, well, he hears it. And so that video, I don't know if you folks saw it, where we were showing you what he looks like. And she's calling him. She's saying, Henry, come in here. If I play that video on my computer right now, he'll start answering Michelle. Like
it's amazing.
Okay.
It's a little office spot.
With that being said, say your goodbyes and we'll get out of here.
Goodbye. Have a great weekend. Do something fun.
You bet. Goodbye, everybody. We appreciate you listening, and keep your eyes peeled for this hot weather, and don't get out in it and stay too long. And with that being said, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.